Well, the sun is setting on our final day here in the happiest, most magical place on earth. And once again, my wife did an amazing job planning a great trip. Did all the parks multiple times, rode rides multiple times. I had my first experience. I rode Tron twice, which is a lot. I'd hoped to get on Guardians, but a little bit of a kid issue prevented that. I've done Guardians before, but I'm not really a fan of that ride, and I'm working to get over it. But all that said, the good dining and everything, it made me realize something that needs to be talked about more. And originally I was going to say stroller dads, but this is stroller parents. And it's not so much at the parks, I think we all understand it, but when we're getting on the transportation, the amount of people who look inconvenienced by the stroller mom, the stroller dad, folding up that big heavy stroller that's not designed for portability and ease of use. That thing is designed for durability. They want to stack that thing in on the truck. They want to get as many of those rentals out, and they want that stroller to last forever. Well, the amount of people who don't yield just a little bit of room to the stroller parents is just unbelievable. I mean, monorail, buses, the buses in particular. You know, you see a mom or a dad. They've had a day at the parks. They are drenched in sweat. We are in a heat advisory both days. I think the heat index or something got up to 120 today. Drenched in sweat. They got backpacks. Their kids, you know, and I'm one of them, right? Their kids, our kids, they've had all the water. They drank their allotment plus our allotment. They ate all the snacks. We're tired. We're hungry. Our feet are covered in blisters in some cases. Like mine, as much as I prepare and as many times I've been here, has some blisters this trip. You know, we're tired. We got a backpack on, probably a couple bags full of stuff. We got this unwieldy stroller. I should look up how much these things weigh that we're trying to lug onto these buses. And you got these people scrolling because they can't live without their Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is they're doing. And they're like, I can't move my feet to the side to let the big heavy stroller on board. Do better, people. Like, we're all in this together. Support each other. You know, a lot of times if I don't have the stroller with me, but I say, hey man, go ahead. You know, I get it. Stroller parents of Disney unite, because we're pushing these double strollers, these heavy single strollers, laden down with all the cargo and the fluids and the snacks and the souvenirs we gotta buy. And it's always I watched it today, I watched it yesterday. Yesterday I was like, man, I'm gonna say something. I need to say something. Today I'm like, really? You can't move your feet to the side? You just make a little bit of room as we go by? No, they want us to lift this 70, 80 pound stroller. I don't know how much they weigh. We should look that up, because it doesn't really weigh that much. Well, it weighs a lot. These heavy duty strollers weigh a lot. We gotta lift them up over everybody like we're deadlifting, and get out of everybody's way. Man, look, I know you're just as tired, but it's always the people. They don't have anything but their phone in their mini ears, their phone in their wrist bracelet, their phone in their little fanny pack. Irritated by the parents hauling the load. Man, you think I want to be carrying this heavy stroller? You think I want to be this tired and this sore, sweat pouring out of everything imaginable? No, dude, just move your legs to the side. Let the stroller parents by. You know, and I know every single stroller parent, every Disney parent can relate to this. I've been hauling this stroller. My wife's been hauling this stroller, and now our oldest has been hauling this stroller for the last several years. Give us a little room, man. Help us out. You know what they say? It costs nothing to be kind. It's the happiest place on earth. Costs nothing to be kind. So look, hey, stroller parents of Disney, unite. And for anybody who hasn't thought about that, do better. Do better. Show us a little bit of room on the bus, a little bit of room on the monorail, a little bit of room on the Skyliner, just a little bit of room. You know, these strollers are heavy. These are not the lightweight, fancy ones you get at the baby shower. They're not, space age material. Man, these things are heavy metal frames, ABS plastic that could survive a car crash. These things, they are heavy. Help us out. Help keep the magic in the Magic Kingdom. All right, let's do better. Stroller Parents of the world unite. And I'm not going to let that ruin what has been another magical trip. First time staying at the lovely boardwalk. There's a swan and dolphin in the background, sun going down. Yacht Club, stayed there a couple times. Got over to the Polynesian yesterday for dinner. We've stayed there a few times. Grand Floridian, we've stayed there a few times. Where else is? I think that's all we've stayed at. I'll sit down, and we're going to sit down and do a ranking of our favorite resorts. The boardwalk has a lot of pluses, has some minuses too. But yeah, Stroller Parents, give us some room. We're tired and sore. And I guarantee you it costs nothing to be kind. All right, wrapping up the vacation. Time to go finish packing and processing. See everybody back in Missouri.